Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading, and today is July 3rd, 2025, and today is Thursday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, the euro inches higher to new record highs for the year. Now looking at the major economic events of today, so we have at 2:30 South African time from the United States, a non-farm payroll. It's being pushed up to today because tomorrow is a national holiday in the United States, and also at 4 p.m. South African time, ISM services PMI number coming out. Now let's talk about the trade. So looking at the Forex symbols, we're watching the British pound. Although the euro moved higher, British pound moved lower, and that's a discrepancy. Now looking at the indices, the Dow Jones and the Nasdaq both either holding to their gains or pushing a little bit higher. Now looking at commodities, gold does gain while the oils gain slightly, and looking at the stocks, the tech stocks, big tech stocks bounce back, and lastly, the cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin gains. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. First with the Euro USD. Now it is inching on its highs, 118.24. This is unbelievable. I'm going to do this again. Okay, I'm going to go to a monthly chart just to appreciate where we're at. We went from 101 in the 7th of 2024, which is just about 7 months ago, to 118. And we did more in the past 6 to 7 months than we've done over the past 2 years. And I would say since Corona, even before Corona, right? This has just been unbelievable. It's an unbelievable move. And we are looking like we're going to continue. Now, the next resistance is 123. We still have 500 pips potentially that we can go on the upside. Now, looking at the GBP USD, did the opposite thing. It went down for the day, and now it's bouncing a little bit at this 136. So GBP showing some major weakness versus the US dollar. Now, we did see that shift because historically speaking, the GBP has been much stronger than the euro versus the dollar. And you guys know that, especially if you've been following my daily reviews for a while. Now, looking at commodities, all right, this is where it gets interesting. Gold does bounce back. Okay, we're looking at a daily chart. Let's look at a 4-hour chart. A decent move for the week from 32.34, 74-ish level to 33.54, almost $100. Okay, just $80, but it has jumped up. Still trading in a range, and if you're buying the bottom of the range, you're selling the top of the range, you're good. Now, looking at crude oil, does get a little bit of a spike, but faded that spike right away. Now, looking at the U.S. markets, this is where it gets super exciting. Look at the Dow Jones holding on to its gains of 44,500. We're only about, as I mentioned, 600 to 700 points away from our all-time record highs. And looking at the Nasdaq, also on dead our highs. Now, if you look at the stocks, okay, Microsoft bounced back a little bit yesterday to 490. If you look at Tesla, it had a roller coaster of a ride the past couple of days because it did sell off, right, a couple of times, and then it came right back, and it's holding at 315. It's holding itself up at these levels. If we look at Meta, also a decent move as it kind of like just sold off on the downside, okay, but I do expect it to get a little bit of a lift. And if you look at Netflix, also sold off. So the market isn't completely, okay, in the green, but we did have a lot of components that did bounce higher. Now, looking at JP Morgan, especially with having the NFP coming out today on its dead highs, okay, 291 is as close and as good as it gets on being on your dead highs. Now, lastly, let's take a look at Bitcoin at the top of that range. 109 did finally break through to that upper range, and now it's looking to break out. And let's see if we do get that breakout today. Now, tomorrow the markets are closed, okay, so we may go into the weekend with a bang. Let's see if we get that follow through. This is Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.